Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Jennifer, and we are a middle-aged couple with a Regal Unlimited subscription and an unrelenting fetish for movie theater popcorn.
Yes, we will see almost anything if it's free.
If it's in the subscription, we'll go see just about anything. That's
And
actually really
sometimes-
not true. There are
Sometimes
definitely
we
movies
see
we haven't
real masterpieces, real works of art. So as we often do, we went to the Monday Mystery Movie,
seen. Yes, we did.
unknowing of what we were about to see. You pay your money and you just sit down and you hope it's good.
You pay $5. If you have the subscription, then it costs no different than anything else.
Yeah, it's 50 cents.
50 cents if you don't buy your ticket when you're there. If you buy your ticket when you're there, it doesn't cost anything.
Yep. And we saw One Spoon of Chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
A movie written and directed by the RZA of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Mm-hmm.
Produced by Quentin Tarantino?
Among others.
Yeah.
Including Riz's wife.
Looks very much like a Quentin Tarantino movie, right down to like the font choices and things.
Yeah, I guess I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen more Tarantino movies than I have RZA movies, so I don't really know what his style. I don't actually really know.
Okay. So, this movie is about a man named Unique.
Yes.
A veteran of Iraq.
Yes.
So yeah, it couldn't have been the 80s.
Nope.
But in an unspecified time period, he's a veteran of an Iraq war.
No. He's a veteran of Afghanistan, right? And then Blair Underwood.
2 tours in Iraq.
Oh, 2 tours in Iraq.
And
You're
Blair
right.
Underwood had been in Kuwait.
Was in Kuwait. So Iraq the second time, and Blair Underwood was in Iraq the first time.
Yeah.
Iraq and Kuwait.
So, but who finds himself in jail for assault for presumably good reasons.
He was defending his neighbor against a domestic assault.
Does his time, gets out. His parole officer, Blair Underwood, tries to help him out. Yes, yeah, this is true. And he says, "Well, I've got family in Ohio," and so
The Mystery of Ohio.
He gets sent to Ohio, and we have a very strange sequence on a bus.
So before he goes to Ohio,
Yeah.
he goes to a halfway house because he doesn't have anywhere to stay in New York. The halfway house is 170 Tillery Street.
Yes.
Did you notice or giggle about that?
Why is that funny?
That would have been basically around the corner from where I lived in downtown Brooklyn.
Right.
If it existed. So I found that amusing. It's quite possible that that's where Westinghouse High School is. That might be the address of Westinghouse High School. Anywho, so he goes to this halfway house, has a moment in the halfway house that explains the title of the movie. And then otherwise the title of the movie means sort of nothing and sort of everything. But is otherwise never mentioned again. And then he takes a bus to Ohio. The bus is going through Pittsburgh, which is what would actually happen in terms of the direction the buses go.
No question.
But
Pittsburgh is not the mystery.
Pittsburgh is a city. Ohio is just where he's going.
Yeah.
Like, Ohio is a state with millions of people and thousands of towns in it.
Yeah.
He's just going to Ohio. But the bus goes through Pittsburgh, which is meaningful. We see people get off the bus in Pittsburgh. Like, we see all these people who are going to Pittsburgh. He continues on to Ohio.
Okay. The mystery of the bus ride will remain a mystery.
Yes.
Why not? It's the best part of the movie,
I guess.
It's so confusing. But
It's like, I don't even know what's happening, right?
I turned to Jennifer after we finished this movie, and my first thought was, I did not know that ChatGPT could get high and write a movie script. There is so much in this movie that just feels like it's not even like written by AI. It's just like
no, it's
copy pasted from every movie you've ever seen.
It's very derivative of movies that you've seen before, including movies. So what I will say later after we describe a little bit more about what's happening is the movies that it made me think of. Some might be obvious, and that some are, hopefully are not. I think they're not obvious.
And some parts of this movie are clearly just the product of late night inspiration.
Sort of, but anywho, the point is he goes to Ohio. So he gets off the bus
to
in in a town that's so small it doesn't have a station. It's basically like the gas station.
And what is this town
The
called?
town is called Karensville.
Yes, Karensville,
And
Ohio.
you immediately see that the television station or radio station in Karensville, Ohio is KLCN. That basically looks like Klan.
Yeah.
Where you already believe that the Klan lives in this town, because the actual first thing you see in this movie is a black teenage boy with no sense of self-preservation.
Jennifer, are you going to tell me that there are racist white people living in this town?
You know, the problem I actually have with this town is that the black people are all incredibly stupid. Because this town is so full of so obviously, cartoonishly,
yes,
over the top,
evil,
we are terrorizing
racist.
the town, racist people.
They're not
but
just
the black
racist.
people do not have a strategy for survival.
No.
As people have when they are being dominated by crazy people, cartoonishly evil people. People have strategies for survival. These people do not have strategies for survival. So this, young man walking down the street needs a ride, hitching a ride, gets in a ride with four white girls. That's a recipe for death.
Underage.
It doesn't matter what age they are, but
and
they're young. They're his age,
and
right?
they ask him to buy them liquor.
Right. So he has to leave the car. Like he comes back to them out of the one little Quickie Mart gas station,
and they have magically transformed into a car full of racists.
A car full of racist white boys who then proceed to beat him to death. Right.
I said not quite to death because he wakes up in the morgue, where a white doctor is removing his organs for sale.
Right.
And so it wasn't enough for this town to be racist. It wasn't enough for this town to be run by a corrupt sheriff. They literally have a scheme going where they grab black men off the street, kill them, and sell their organs for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this is the town that Unique has returned to, where
because he has cousins.
Theoretically, grew up around here. No,
that I don't know. It seems like he's never been there before, but really yet he has these cousins. He doesn't know the rules around there, right? But he had two cousins and one of them died, right? But he doesn't know the rules around there, so it's this Emmett Tillish kind of situation where he doesn't know the rules. But the black people that live there also don't know the rules.
Yeah.
And don't have strategies for living under the rules.
Yeah.
So people just kind of put themselves in situations or end up in situations and then they disappear. And it's just like somehow this little town in the middle of nowhere is the town that has the highest number of organ transplants and the highest number of disappeared black men, and nobody ever puts those two together. I was like, okay. So yeah, it's very much they clone Tyrone, sort of.
Without being funny.
Without being funny. It's Jaws is the movie that I was thinking it was like. There's this whole sequence where our hero is running from just the relentless monster, right? Yeah. And is running through a field and is running through the woods and is running through this relentless monster and the monster keeps coming.
I thought that was a reference to The Karate Kid.
That I've never seen. So it could have been a direct reference to that and I wouldn't have gotten that. But which would actually make more sense in terms of this guy is a magic martial arts guy and when he decides to start killing the white guys, he mostly does it through martial arts.
He read a book about Kung Fu while he was in prison.
He did.
Yeah.
Yes, he learned Kung Fu. But I just, it felt like Jaws of donut, monster coming, monster coming, monster coming, monster coming, relentless, cannot be reasoned with, cannot be rationalized with, just wants murder. But, instead it's 20-something white guys.
Are we spoiling this whole movie?
We've long spoiled this movie.
No, we have not.
Yes, we have.
There's so much more.
Yes, but I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming that anyone who would have heard of this movie would have no idea what the fuck this thing is about.
You could do Mad Libs and fill it in with the words you have in your head right now, and yes, you'll be correct. That's what this movie is about. But, there's more.
There's more things that happen, yes. They're titties. There are many
So,
titties.
it turns out that Unique's girlfriend in this movie is played by Paris Jackson.
Yes.
The daughter of Michael Jackson.
Yes. Who I had no idea did acting things. And Unique is played by Shameik Moore, who's the voice of Miles Morales in the Spider-Verse movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, if we're talking more about what's actually happening,
You don't have to spoil it.
What?
We can have a non-spoiler
No, but
review for
we've
once.
already spoiled it, and
How often do we
who's gonna
have a non-spoiler review? It's nice when we do.
Okay, we'll have a non-spoiler review, but it's
because I don't know what else we're going to talk about other than literally listing everything that happens in this movie.
Well, I guess to me, because I had literally
Legend
no
of Billy
idea.
Jack, that was the other big inspiration. Sorry.
Oh, that I also don't know.
Okay.
Because I didn't have any idea of this movie, it's a martial arts movie, right? It's a also
Quentin Tarantino action movie.
Quentin Tarantino, sort of, but it's also Sinners, but
Sure.
not good.
I mean,
And
it's Sinners in the sense that it's a movie about a white and black population at odds with each other.
I was
And
thinking
racism.
about the part that I guess I'm not going to spoil, right? So, there are parts of it that are directly parallel, and,
Okay.
You don't have anywhere near the same reaction. Comparing it to Hokum last week, which is literally a horror movie. And this is it's nothing like Hokum. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, let me finish my sentences,
listening.
yo.
I'm listening.
Okay. So comparing it to Hokum, which is literally a horror movie, which I found not particularly scary and not particularly horrific. This movie is billed as an action movie, and this movie is infinity more horrific.
Yeah,
Right?
It's certainly more gory.
It's infinity more gory. It is very gory. It's a martial arts movie, and a true martial arts movie is just people walking around beating and breaking things on people. And I don't jive with that too well. It just kind of doesn't work when it feels more realistic. And when it's cartoonish, then it works. Because,
Yeah.
They Will Kill You, which is very much the same fucking movie as this,
Yeah.
right? With some of the same rationale. And I loved the shit out of that movie. Why did I love that movie? Because it was overly cartoonish,
Yeah.
big music, big ridiculousness against a unkillable enemy.
Yeah.
So you can kill him, and then they get up and they keep moving, but they're monsters. They're literally posited as not human monsters, right? And this is much more gory. There are absolutely people who believe what these outright cartoonishly racist people say. And there are absolutely people who have done all of the things that have happened in this movie, right? There are absolutely people who have killed people and sold their organs. There are absolutely people who have killed people because they looked at them funny. It's all very real, even though the movie itself is cartoonishly insane, right? Even though those bits of pieces are things that happen in the real world, stringing them all together like this would literally be as likely to happen as an undead group of people creating a murder hotel to eat the maids.
Yeah.
Neither one of them ain't gonna happen.
I would say the interesting thing about this and the difference here and why it's not as cartoonish is the influence of Quentin Tarantino. And I think that is, even a kung fu movie, often the kung fu artist is essentially a superhero, where they can't really be hurt, and they can fight no matter what, and they take everybody down with one or two, chops or kicks or whatever. And then you get to the big boss of the movie, and then it's a tougher fight. But there's really no question that the kung fu person is going to win. In this movie, there's an awful lot of people trying to fight and getting hurt, and a lot of wrestling on the ground, and he gets sucker punched a lot, and just there's a sense of these are people who are actually physically fighting each other, and it's not clear who's going to win. at times. The movie at one point definitely sets you up to think that he's going to lose. And yeah, I mean, he does. Spoilers, I guess. He does win, but that's hardly a spoiler. But yeah, it is intended to be just a man pushed to his limit and then realistic violence. Now, it's realistic violence that is then taken over the top. And this is why I found this movie so hallucinatory, for lack of a better term, in that I just could not ever get a beat on it. I couldn't get a beat on what the RZA was trying to do with this movie, what he was trying to say. I mean, the themes and the message of the movie are very clear, are literally spoken by characters at the end of the movie, as if to impart a moral to the story. But the method and the devices used, and there's a weird part at the very beginning, the guy who's walking along the side of the road and gets captured by the racist, and then his organs are sold. It starts out in black and white, except for him.
Yeah, see, I thought that was
like a reference to Schindler's List or something.
Yeah, sort of like that. But I was sitting there trying to decide: is this shot in infrared? And then they've added the red back into his Letterman's jacket is red, right?
Yeah.
But so did they add the red back in, and did they shoot it in infrared, or did they turn it all into black and white, right? Like, but
why?
Yeah, but why?
Why?
Because it was visually interesting. I don't know. Well,
Jason
I mean,
Isbell.
it's the red, it's the blood, right? Like, and it's the blood on his torso. That's the part that's going to be sold, right? But that's only clear to me literally right this second while I'm thinking about it.
Jason Isbell sells him a book called The Ultimate Survivor's Almanac, which is apparently the anarchist cookbook. It tells you how to make improvised weapons and bombs and things.
And armor
and
shooty stuff.
Why is this part of the movie?
Because he needs an inspiration to be Iron Man in the garage and build himself a ability to magically not be hurt by all the peoples that come to try and beat him up and try to kill him.
He needs a way to thank Paris Jackson for being the kindly white person in the movie. And so he does this by making an origami crane out of sheet metal.
Because he can weld.
Why is this in the movie?
Because he's Iron Man.
It's just, it's
absolutely
so
Iron Man 3 where he's in the
film.
garage and makes all the stuff. And Iron Man 1 where he makes the arc reactor thing in a cave in Afghanistan.
At one point, Unique and his cousin are playing a video game. It is a basketball video game. For some reason, this involves a flight stick, joystick, and what appears to be an updated version of the Nintendo Power Glove.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
It is not. That is not a Nintendo Power Glove.
No. But I mean, that's what's supposed to make you think of it.
Does not exist in the world.
Okay.
They invented it for this movie.
But it would be amazing.
And apparently you do like little pinchy gestures to throw the ball or something. I don't know. Why is this in the movie?
Because it seems cool.
Why do we have the 10-minute long sequence of the cousin's girlfriend Aretha drinking liquor in the car and talking about?
So, because that sets up why no one's going to believe that the cousin died from drinking and driving.
Okay, there are so many things in this movie that I think don't make any sense.
No.
The sex workers, the line of sex workers, it's for the hell of it.
Just cause, yeah, they're all going to Pittsburgh. They look like they're being trafficked to Pittsburgh, but
then they're not.
Or they are. If they are, we don't know it.
By Jason Isbell.
Except not.
Yeah, okay. So
I guess he's a book salesman and not a pimp, but I thought he was a pimp.
I still don't think we've spoiled this movie because we have not talked about the second half of this movie. This is not a 3-act movie. This is a 2-act movie, and the second act is an hour and a half long, and it is
brutal.
We're not going to spoil it.
Brutal.
Yeah, no spoilers.
But yeah, this movie is bugfuck crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
It's It's very much like,
Is it good?
no.
You don't think there's anything good about this movie?
No, not particularly. Right? Like you know, this is me like maybe thinking like too logically or too historian-y, but any situation of this cartoonish level of oppression, this insane level of oppression, people have strategies for survival. Otherwise, they'd all be dead, right? Like, it literally would not be possible for this town to have black people and white people in it, with the white people being this cartoonishly violent.
You know what?
What?
The whole origami sheet metal crane thing reminded me of
What?
the scene in Purple Rain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is a movie with a lot of influences.
Yeah, it's a lot of references, right? So, you know, like the most segregated hour in any place is church time on Sunday.
Oh yeah, everybody in town goes to church without fail.
They go to the same one.
The same church, except for the good old boys, and who can reliably found drunk and high in one place.
With titties.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh
yeah, how were the sexual politics of this movie, Jennifer?
They're titties.
So literally every woman in this film it's made quite clear, repeatedly and explicitly, that they exist for the sexual pleasure of an individual man.
Yes. The one who is the least described that way is Paris Jackson.
Just because we never get to see her get naked.
They have a chance to get naked and they don't.
That's true.
Yeah, they're virtuous.
Do you think they had sex that one night?
I think they did, but not like crazy, like dirty, like, you know, ooh.
No, that was
hoe bag
Jimmy.
sex.
Jimmy was having hoe bag sex.
Yeah.
Okay. It's such a weird movie.
It's.
But yeah, the sexual politics are very disturbing.
As with many of the movies.
Although,
yes, go ahead.
At the very end of the movie, Unique does make it clear that white men, yellow men, red men, brown men, and woe men are all equal.
Are all equal. Yep.
Which I thought was a nice touch.
I'm glad somebody did. This moment confirmed for me yet again that there are many, many movies that we see that I am not the intended audience for. But there were plenty of people in the theater, and people clearly knew and figured out that this was going to be the mystery movie. There were some people that clapped at the end. The movie has a very like abrupt ending that people were like, whoa, you know, like there were definitely people who were like in the moment of it in a way that I very much was not. From the fact that the town was called Karensville.
Yeah.
And that
But this is not a Boots Riley movie. It's not funny.
No.
Like, Boots Riley could have made this movie just as cartoonishly racist and over-the-top Oppressionville movie, and it would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
And it would have been so much fun, and you still would have walked away with the same message.
Yeah.
And I'm fascinated by this movie now. It's so surreal in its own way.
It has a 7.2 on IMDb right now. And however, this movie isn't going to come out until Friday. But
obvious. Like, literally from the first scene, you know how this is going to end. Like, it can only go one place. And you can make a great movie that's like, you know, falling down a staircase, right? Where just like, you know, the tension builds and builds, and you know exactly where it's going, and you dread that because you don't want it to end there. This is not one of those movies. You know where it's going to end. You're fine with it. It's not particularly the best ending it could have had, but it's exactly the ending that it's going to have, and there's no question. Nobody ever wonders like, oh, what if this goes a different way? It does not, and it will not, and it cannot. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But no spoilers.
We've already spoiled this entire fucking movie. I mean, give me a fucking break. But so when are we going to go see a movie that we've chosen with the thought that we think it might be like a good movie that we like want to see?
Backrooms.
Okay.
I mean, you said you wanted to see it.
I said I wanted to see it, but not like I think it's going to be some like great masterpiece. Like,
What are you hoping for?
I don't know what
are
I'm
you
hoping for. I'm hoping at some
you want a new
point
Marvel movie that's good.
I want something that like whether it's something I
great
expect or
science fiction
unexpect,
movie.
but
We like
that
science fiction
that I don't
movies.
expect, unexpect.
We liked Operation Hail Mary.
Yeah, I thought that was okay. Like I didn't love it the way the rest of the
Okay.
world seems to have loved it. Like,
Hmm.
but
What's a great movie? Just think of a great movie off the top of your head.
you know what I think when I think of a great
The
movie off the
Fifth
top of my
Element.
head? No,
Oh, she loves The Fifth Element.
I do. I
Yeah, it's a
do.
great
That
movie.
used to be the movie I thought of.
It is a great movie.
What do you think the movie I
Oh,
think?
Sinners.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, we've already
Yes.
covered that.
Understood. I'm just
Are we going
saying.
to go see Sinners again?
No.
What if it was in the theater next week?
No.
You know you would go see it.
I would want to, but I probably wouldn't make the effort because I've seen it in the theater 4
would find
times.
somebody who had not seen Sinners, and you would say, "Child, I am going to educate you now. You are going to come with me to see this movie, and you will thank me."
Uh-huh.
That's what you would say if someone had not seen
The
Sinners.
point of this statement is really actually not about Sinners, right? The point of it is like, I feel like we've gone to see a series of like mystery movies and stuff where it's like, oh, okay, like that was an experience. We had an experience, but we're not like active. And I mean, like I went to go see Project Hail Mary because it seemed like, you know, a movie to go see. Not that I was like waiting around for that movie to come out, you know? And I feel like there just isn't anything coming up. Even the movies that I know are coming up, that I know I will go see probably soon after they come out, I'm not like, wow, I've been waiting to see, you know, The Mandalorian and Grogu. You know, like.
You love Baby Yoda.
I love Baby Yoda, but Baby Yoda
You
is
would
just.
die for Baby Yoda.
I would, but like, season 1 of The Mandalorian Baby Yoda. Like,
Yeah.
this Baby Yoda is like flippy,
Played
stabby, and a little played out. Yeah.
Well, it's got Babu Frick, so I'm happy.
I'm glad you're happy.
Babu Frick.
I know you love Babu Frick.
Um,
My point
okay.
is,
we'll-
at some point, we're going to go see a movie that we're like amped for.
we are driving this video into the ground. Okay.
And our response to it
Yes.
will be like, that was amazing.
Yeah,
I'm
it has
waiting
happened.
for that. Yeah, but it's been a while.
But if you're waiting for another Sinners, you're going to be waiting a long
No,
time.
it doesn't have to be Sinners. That's my point. It doesn't
Okay.
have to be Sinners. It could be They Will Kill You. I enjoyed that movie.
enjoyed that
I
movie
enjoyed
quite a
that
bit.
quite a lot.
Yeah.
I need another
It
one of
wasn't
those.
perfect.
No, I wouldn't even recommend it to
Sinners
have
was
to.
perfect.
Yes.
And you know what else is perfect? The Fifth Element. Go see
Yes.
The Fifth Element. Watch it on
Yes.
streaming.
Yes.
Wherever you can.
Yes.
Don't pay the Fathom Events price, but
Yes.
yeah, go see it.
We did that once.
We
I made
did.
you do that.
And it was okay. I mean, it's still a great movie.
It was worth seeing it on the big
It
screen.
is. I saw it in the big screen when it came out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Lulu Dallas.
Lulu Dallas Multipass.
Multipass.
Corbin Dallas Multipass.
Multipass.
What's the fifth element, Jennifer?
Love. Smooches.
Okay. This movie made us high. That is the answer. It gave us a contact high. One spoon of chocolate got us faded.
1 spoon of chocolate can transform the entire glass of milk.
Okay, we're gonna have to cut that out.
No, we're not.
Okay. If you're still watching this video, I guess you got a little Easter egg there. Okay, so
Oh my god, that's amazing.
until next time.
No. Bye.
Bye.